This is the Thompson Center Triumph. So this is the best value price muzzleloader on the marketplace today. It comes with a lot of your high-end features, but it doesn't carry the price point. And when you put a Vortex scope on this and a good set of rings, you're half the price of an Encore muzzleloader, but with a lot of the similar features. What I mean by that is this does come with speed breach. So you can turn your breech plug, quarter turn, and you can pull it out of your barrel. Simple as that. The Encore has the same style speed breach, but one big difference between the Triumph and the Encore is the Encore does have an extractor, which makes it nice for putting your primer in and pulling it out of the breech plug. So there's a little bit of a difference there. If you notice the stock configuration on the Triumph, it's a solid stock. It doesn't have the Flex Tech with the energy burners in there. So you don't have quite the recoil reduction that you would have, but you do have the Simms new AirTech recoil pad on that. So that is an upgrade there. You have a rugged rod right here, solid aluminum. It's not the power rod that comes on the Encore, but still a very good rod. It's not hollow, it's completely solid. But the big difference is the barrel on the new Triumph. So Thompson Center brought their Triumph out years ago, one of the best-selling all-time muzzleloaders. This new barrel is nitride treated. So we infuse the nitride into the barrel, both externally and internally. So for corrosion resistance, scratch resistance, weather resistance, it is the best coating in the marketplace today. And we made sure that we upgraded the Triumph to this feature to take it to that next level. The receiver here is Cerakoted as well, gives you a nice two-tone look, and again, gives you something that's super durable in the field. 28-inch barrel, it's going to handle your Magnum capabilities of 150 grains of powder, 120 grains of Blackhorn, and the breech plug is good for both loose powder as well as pellets. We went ahead and put the Picatinny rail on here, got everything mounted, and we're going to take us through its paces, show you guys how accurate it is, how easy it is to shoot, and ultimately how easy it is to clean. The Triumph is going to be priced at under $1,000. So even with mid-range Vortex scope on it and good set of rings, you're probably in that $1,100 or $1,200 price point. A great value for what you're getting: nitride barrel, speed breach, 28-inch Magnum capabilities. So you have a lot of the high-end features without the cost that comes with interchangeability of centerfire. The other nice thing is you do not have to fill out an FFL on this. It is a standard muzzleloader. And it does also come with QLA. So if we take our bullet here, shooting a shockwave, you can put it in and see how that sits down. There's an internal crown about an inch down into the barrel, so it aligns your sabot nicely into the barrel, so when you push it down, it stays completely true to the bore. Now watch how easy it is to load. Wonderful finish inside that barrel. The nitride coating really helps that. I mean, we do hone and polish these barrels. The barrels on the Triumph are made identically to how they're made on the Encore. The tooling doesn't know any difference. It's basically all the work that goes into the speed breach area that is different between the Encore and the Triumph. But the material that we use, the processes we use, the people that we use are completely identical. So one difference in the design of the Triumph over the Encore. So most people know from shooting the Encore, you squeeze the trigger guard back and it moves the bolts forward in the barrel, and then the barrel tips up. This is what they call a toggle lock design. So when you close this, the barrel comes shut, and then you squeeze the trigger guard back and it locks it into place. Another nice feature that comes along with a toggle lock design, and this is completely designed this way, so you put the primer in. Now watch how difficult it is to squeeze it now. Not difficult, but more pressure. You gotta squeeze, 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 and it compresses the primer into the breech plug, so everything is a complete sealed system. So now the gun is ready to fire. I'll show you how accurate it is. All right. So I'll show you how clean it is. So we've sighted the gun in. Still a little bit high right now, but look right there. So that is your spent primer. It has a good half a dozen shots on it, and you notice there's no black soot at all around that breech face. That's how well this system locks it in, compresses that primer inside the breech plug when you toggle that back closed. So we'll go ahead and swab the barrel out, take a second shot. So 777 pellets, standard in the industry, super easy to use. I'm running 3 pellets in here right now. So 150 grains of powder, but you have to swab between shots. There's one inconvenience to the pellets if you don't. So one damp patch down and up so you get a little crust ring that occurs right where your projectile meets your pellets. And then we'll drive the barrel out like that. Big thing is make sure these are damp and they're not sopping wet because you don't want to contaminate your breech plug at all. So at that point, if you do that every single shot, the condition of your barrel stays the same. Muzzle loading is all a game of consistency. How you load, how you clean, how you maintain your gun is going to dictate how accurate it is and how long it performs. So 3 pellets right there. Put them in. Try not to touch the pellets. And then watch it how smoothly this sabo goes down the barrel. And what you can't really feel here is how consistently it grabs the board. There's no areas where it opens up. It doesn't like go through an area where it becomes difficult or becomes easier to push down. So just slide, 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 slide. As soon as it contacts the pellet, stop. Don't push down on it. Don't throw your ramrod. That's it. Just make contact and stop. You do that every single time. This gun will print under an inch at 100 yards. I know it takes a little bit of time to go in between shots, but if you maintain that loading and cleaning procedure, this gun will reward you on its accuracy. So when you cock the hammer, watch the trigger move into position. A lot of people don't know that. Now to let it up, you squeeze the trigger. It does have a hammer block in there for safety. So when you cock the hammer, the trigger cocks into place. Cut the same hole. Beautiful, beautiful shooting gun. The concept when we designed the Triumph, so this actually was a second evolution of the Omega, which is probably one of the all-time best-selling inline muzzleloaders Thompson Center ever had. Now the inline, or the Omega, if you remember, when you push forward on the trigger, the action would slide down and out of the way. So it made it a little bit difficult to prime it. So when we designed the Triumph, we wanted the barrel to tip up, and that way you have easy access to prime and deprime your gun, even with a big scope like the Vortec here with this bigger ocular lens on it. Still easy to access that primer area. So as I mentioned, the Triumph you can shoot with loose powder as well as pellets. That's the way the gun was designed. So you can use standard loose powder like Pyrodex Select, or you can use the pellets. And this is probably the most budget-friendly way to shoot. But with pellets, you don't need a powder measure. The powder's not that expensive. But those of you who want the ultimate in performance, both in consistency and cleanliness and longevity, and you want to shoot the Blackhorn 209, it's pricey, but it will perform really, really well out of this barrel. But for the sake of being more of a value price setup, I'm going to go with what I know works all the time, and it's always available. Every gun shop you go into in a muzzleloading state, it's not tough to find the 777 pellets. And there is a convenience factor there, not having to use a powder measure. So just push that down. It's just a beautiful barrel. You know a barrel is good when you don't feel any rings or catches in it. All right. Again, see how easy it is to put it in and take it out? It doesn't get stuck, and then just that little bit of snap just seals it in place. All right, let's see if we can't put 3 shots all touching. Well, that was me. It was a touch high on that one, but still not a bad group at 100 yards. We're just a touch over an inch. It went high, must have pushed into the gun. Left or right, there's no variation at all. So if you're looking for a gun, a muzzleloader, dedicated muzzleloader that has all the high performance features, has the best value in the marketplace today, meaning it's got external speed breach on it, it's got nitrided barrel, it's got magnum capabilities, 28-inch barrel, and then obviously has a sealed ignition system. The Triumph is definitely the best value in the marketplace at under $1,000.